Good morning, everyone. Leopard here. My goodness, how things have changed in just 24 hours. You know, I had a huge headache yesterday. I hope it was just stress related. I laid low most of the day, took lots of Tylenol, and rested. This morning, it's just a small lingering ache and so much better. No fever. I'm okay. Little cough. The president has changed his plan, listened to his medical advisors, and extended the time period for calling in and all safe. As you probably saw on the news, the governor of Virginia issued a mandatory stay-at-home yesterday, as well as in Maryland and Washington, D.C. My morning foray into the news says that 38 states are in lockdown or stay-at-home status, and the rest are soon to follow. So the end of our 14-day quarantine dramatically changed to a lockdown within just 24 hours. We're pretty much there already anyway, but a few things have changed in our house, and thus the topic of my message today. You know, guys, we all have different levels of awareness and concern. This ranges from the proverbial immortal teenager mentality that we've all been hearing about and seeing on TV, you know, all those kids swarming the beaches, to the scared to death, locked in, utter isolationist. You know, it's normal. We all process information differently. It's not that we believe we're bulletproof. It only means we process information based on our life experience. And our life experience serves as a filter for the level of importance we place on it. Liken this to money if you want. If there's always been enough, then you probably don't fret as much about where your next meal's coming from. If you've had a great and secure job, then you probably have benefits that will see you through. And the fear and tension that comes from being temporarily unemployed doesn't weigh on you as much. And if you're young-ish or in relatively good health, with no or limited underlying health conditions, you may be less concerned about contracting the virus. However, the data is coming in at an astounding rate. Daily, people are changing their way of thinking. Hopefully, eventually, all of us. And it is amazing and scary and such a good thing in so many ways. In our house, I'm surrounded by pragmatists. That means to say someone who is practical and focused on reaching a goal. A pragmatist, you see, usually has a straightforward, matter-of-fact approach and doesn't let emotion distract her. While this can certainly define me as I approach and deal with many things in my life, I am also extremely sensitive, and I often let my emotions run the show, especially now. Add to that my lifetime of medical service and experience as a nurse, and quickly, you'll understand why I'm ready to hermetically seal all of the windows and doors, never step outside again or talk to anyone ever, and start rationing all of the food supply to make it last as long as possible. Because you see, the zombies are coming out from behind the trees. I know, it sounds a bit extreme. And in reality, I'm not that extreme. Not yet, anyway. But my feelings are genuine, and so are my fears. So if you're with me, you're not alone. Luckily, I have two housemates that are not quite that close to the edge, and this is good and not so good. We must all recognize the needs of the others in our home. We must all attempt to understand why we think the way we do, and that is truly fine. It's who we are. It's being human. And how we process information is even more important. However, now is not the time to minimize another's fear, nor ignore it. Not when so much is at stake. Our very lives, to be specific. And this isn't just tooting in the wind, guys. It's the coarse reality of where we are right now, here, in our country, in the world. You know, after a few harsh words yesterday about the over caution that I was expressing versus the less caution of the others in my home, we calmed down and we had a meeting. We sat down and we acknowledged that we all have different levels of concern. It wasn't easy, but we kept our cool. This kind of stuff never is. But in the end, we agreed to a mutual plan for protection for everyone in our home. So while I don't get the windows and doors sealed, sorry, we will be exercising greater caution on what comes into our home and how we handle it. We've established emergency protocols, the way we will act and behave. We set up a disinfecting station at the front door. Everything that comes through the door is first sprayed and wiped down. That includes mail. Yes, envelopes, mail, packages, food deliveries, pizza deliveries. Can you believe it? Pizza's actually being delivered to my house. Groceries, everything. We have a hamper inside where all our clothes go if we return from having been in close proximity to others, like standing in line at the grocery store. We've all agreed to be even more stringent about hand washing each time we enter the house and throughout the day. And we've committed to routinely wiping down all doorknobs, light switches, handrails, toilet fixtures, etc. While most of us, have done this in the past, it's just part of our daily routine. A quick wipe once a week is not going to get the bugs that sneak through the front door on a daily basis today. If you have someone in your home that isn't as aware of the dangers of spreading disease, you have a responsibility to share with them as much information, as much data as they are willing to consume. Don't shove it down their throat. You can go to the internet, get all the information you need with a few keystrokes. By typing in, how is COVID-19 spread, you will get a ton of detail. Just make sure that it's from a reliable source like the CDC or a major medical facility, not from, well, I'm not going to go there. Then offer it to your housemates. Don't force it down. They will come to it as they're willing, and the more available the data, the more apt they are to read it. You know, guys, this includes the kids in your house, and why having a short, informative discussion in their language at their level is so important. A little information of time sticks longer in younger brains. Don't overwhelm them. We're all learning daily that the most healthy, asymptomatic person, that is a person who feels fine and doesn't show any symptoms, can be carriers of this disease too. You know, if someone else touched the keyboard at the checkout stand or handled a can of food and then put it back on the shelf, if your postman tested negative but received and delivered mail that was touched by a diseased person, the virus may be there, and it might then be on you. So don't touch your face until you've really, really washed your hands, and make sure your home environment is clean and is as clean and as safe as you can make it for you and for everyone else that lives with you. And of course, guys, make sure that your house is full of things to do and that there's lots and lots of love to go around. That's it for today. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay away from each other. I've got masks to make, and if you need them, just let me know and I'll mail them to you, as long as the U.S. Postal Service is still working. And remember, guys, I love you, even if we've never met. Leopard out.